What's up, and welcome to another episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 worst or maybe misleading features about the Galaxy S9. There are a lot of great things about the Galaxy S9 as well, and I made a video about the 5 best features, which I will link at the end of this video if you want to check it out. Now, I'm also giving away a Galaxy S9, link in the description for that giveaway info. The giveaway will end on March 31st. Without further ado, let's hop into the 5 worst features of the Galaxy S9. Now, the Galaxy S9 is getting some new additional modes for the camera, which is pretty awesome, including the ability to translate text live. Some of the other ones that involve augmented reality are not so awesome, such as trying to sell you makeup.
You can use Bixby to buy it through your camera.
If I know Samsung, they're probably going to put this in a prominent place where you're going to have to avoid tapping on it. I'll be like trying on makeup when I'm trying to take a selfie, and it'll be really annoying. Keep ads out of my general Android user experience, please. I'm fine if it's in a third-party app, and I hope Samsung tucks it away nicely so that you have to deliberately look for it to find it. Fingers crossed. The next terrible feature about the Galaxy S9 is the new emoji creation tool, which at first I saw that in the ad, I was like, this looks amazing, but then I saw the live demo of it and the guy has to like make a bunch of tweaks to himself, like 3 or 4 tweaks to get it to even look remotely like him. I've seen also Super Saf do his emoji creation process over on his channel, and that was just downright terrible. Didn't look anything like him. So maybe if Samsung improves it some more before launch, it'll be better. The thing that bums me out about it most is that it doesn't track your mouth, your eyes, your eyebrows, your face nearly as well as the iPhone X does. And honestly, even Snapchat on regular Android or iPhone just, I think, tracks your face much better than that did in the demo. I am just overall extremely underwhelmed. It just feels like a bad attempt at copying Apple. Now, this next one might be a surprise to you, but I'm not really a fan of Samsung's whole multi-aperture camera thing. You know, they're trying to say it's inspired by the human eye and it's gonna revolutionize the smartphone camera, but it's really not. At least I really don't think so. The good thing about the S9 camera is that it's gonna have an aperture of an f1.5, which is gonna let in a lot more light than last year's model. Put simply, this is a marketing ploy by Samsung to trick people into thinking that their camera is going to be super revolutionary when it really won't. Simply because the camera sensor on a smartphone is so tiny that changing the aperture really doesn't change very much. It does make a difference on a camera such as when I'm filming on the GH5, which has a bigger sensor, because that lets in a bigger swath of light hitting that sensor and can really dynamically change the focus distance. So here's f.95 on my camera, so you can see it gets really blurry. So then I switch it back, and that's what happens when I can increase the aperture to like 5. I get a lot more of a universal focus all around me. And I think that's really great on a bigger sensor, but the simple fact is, because smartphone sensors are so much smaller in the first place, they tend to already have a universal focus. Once the subject is past about 10 feet, it's basically going to be in focus, period. And then whenever a subject is closer, you really want to be focused right on that subject so that the background is nice and naturally blurred with authentic bokeh. Most likely I'm seeing myself turn this feature off, but I will test it, and I'm withholding complete judgment until I've actually tested it. I can't wait to test it out and see if I'm right or wrong. To me, it just seems like a giant marketing ploy and pretty misleading in general. Then we still have the Bixby button on the Galaxy S9, and as far as I know, you're not gonna be able to remap it. I've heard something about a Twitter poll of whether they should allow users to remap it to, like, for example, another assistant or to do other functions, and that's what I want. I want to be able to remap my Bixby button to do whatever it is that I want it to do, but as far as I know, it's not officially confirmed by Samsung that they will be allowing people to do that. I say get rid of it or let us customize it to do whatever we want it to do. One of the most misleading things in the whole Galaxy S9 Unpacked by Samsung video is the length of slow motion recording time available, and it wasn't until I actually read on the website in the small fine print, you will only be able to record for 0.2 seconds of slow motion time. So you can record at 960 frames per second at 720p. But that means you'll only be able to get 240 frames worth of recording time at that speed, which is kind of Yeah. The reason why I think it's especially misleading is that previous versions of the Samsung device had continuous slow motion recording, as do the iPhone and many other Android phones. One of the only ones that had burst recording was the Sony Xperia. When I told Darren, he just burst out laughing because that is nothing. I think Samsung should have had at least a half second to maybe a full second of burst capability at the minimum. The last one isn't so much of a worst feature, but a major disappointment that it's not being focused on by Samsung and other smartphone developers. And that is, I really want to start seeing more 100 Hertz plus display refresh rates out there on top-end smartphones after using the Razer phone and seeing how amazing the user experience is, how incredibly smooth the animations are, scrolling through web pages, oh, so buttery smooth. I absolutely am in love with it, and I am going to sorely, sorely miss it on any other smartphone that I use. The main issue with the Razer phone, in my opinion, is that the screen doesn't get very bright and it's not nearly as colorful as other top-end OLED panels. My ultimate dream would be to see a 100 Hertz OLED panel, or at least a 90. I mean, 90 Hertz is definitely going to be a big step forward, and it's certainly doable even at this point. Overall, none of these things are going to prevent me from enjoying the Galaxy S9. I will definitely be picking one up, reviewing it, testing it out, posting some awesome reviews for you guys, and then of course on my main Gizmo Slip channel I'll be destroying the crap out of it and it'll be awesome. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm also doing a giveaway for a Galaxy S9, so if you want to enter that giveaway, link down below in the description. I'll be selecting the winner on March 31st and posting the results as soon as they respond. They'll have 24 hours to respond, and if they don't respond, I'll have to pick a new one. So whenever the first winner confirms that they've won, that's when I'll be announcing it to the rest of the world. That's it for this episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. I can't wait to bring you my hands-on with the OnePlus 5T, which I just got in the mail and it's kind of blowing my mind. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Brandon, out.